Hey friends, and welcome to part 2 of the end of the year homeschool clean out with me. Y'all, if you missed part 1, we cleaned out the bookshelf in my dining room that houses all of our currently using homeschool stuff. It houses all the kids' curriculum that they're using for the school year, and it was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. However, in part 2, we're going to clean out the Cloffice. So welcome, this is the homeschool office. It's a project that I did earlier this year, and this Cloffice houses all the things from curriculum for the next school year and curriculum I want to use like in the future, or it has all of our homeschool supplies and extra notebooks and the printers in here, the computer that the kids do typing and math on, extra art supplies, pens, pencils, all the things, y'all. So with that comes a lot of stuff to go through, and I would love for you to stick around and help me go through this closet. Guys, off on the tour. This goes into my master bedroom, and then this is the kids' space. This used to be a linen closet, and down below we just have the computer. There's papers, y'all. I did not clean this out. Printer has stuff already on it. I mean, there's probably junk back there. A couple headsets, brush pens. This is where my kids are supposed to be storing their like math notebooks. So when they're doing their math, there's pencils. We also house like all of our markers and extra stuff that we don't need on the regular. Here's our little caddy for glue and scissors. My littles, or big kids love them too, but Play-Doh. All of our activity books, math resources. This is our painting caddy. You can tell it's been through a lot, as well as more little fun notebooks we have here, and then extra paper. So there's tracing paper and media paper back here, as well as pastel paper. Up here is where we get into all of my homeschool curriculum and extra notebooks. So we have, step on the stool to get here, extra flashcards. These are all composition. There we go. I had it somewhere. Notebooks we haven't used yet. Math, all about reading. You have some extra paper here. Guys, it's just completely random. Extra spelling that we're about to move into when they finish the next one. A lot of history back here. This goes to, you guys, so random. Like, this was a calendar, flashcards, you guys, it's just so much. And so I'm going to go through all of this, and craft supplies, this is where we get into all of the crafting. And I have these bins, and I try to label them. It goes up. This ceiling is so tall, and you can tell I only have it 3 deep. I would like to keep it that way, but if I have to, I will. As I step down from the stool, that's what my kids sit on. However, it makes a great stepping stool so I can get everything from the top. Okay, so I moved in a little bit closer, and we're gonna tackle the bottom first. This is the place that, you know, all the things fall, of course. It's usually not too bad. We try to keep a regular routine on it. What gets a mess usually is the construction paper, because all the kids want to use it. So this is what I try to keep up on the most, and just make sure, like, we have a bin of clipboards, and we just kind of make sure that there's nothing like hiding in the bottom of anything, as well as, oh, there's squeeze down here. All of my cardstock paper is here as well.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, babe. Kids running around in the background, and then as well as my printer is here, along with, hey, baby, along with all of our ink, extra ink. So that's what houses, and I'll just start garbage pile, houses down there. Now coming up here is where you'll find all the extra stuff. Really hard to keep it super simple and easy. Make a pile here for stuff you want to keep. Easy for them to just know where things are what is expected of them, is what I should say. And then I can put all the stuff that's not in bins away. balls, you know, on the bottom of stuff. And then check my glues. Like this one's completely empty. We can toss that. So not too bad. We have 100 pairs of scissors, of course, with 4 kids using scissors and mom. I guess we just need all the scissors. 2 for every person. Any other mom totally keep these? Because I do not. And the kids never notice unless they catch you, because then they'll know. I keep setting stuff up there to go through later bins, because that's when also that will get a little bit mumbled and jumbled with stuff and papers that, oops, they have. That has more drawings in it than it has math. And this has math. And again, oh, that's her little cheat sheet for math. One thing I do when my kids hit 1st grade, I give them adding and subtracting. And if they have one day a week that they can do this, or like when they get older in times tables, like my son's going into the 3rd grade, so he'll get a times tables one this year. They have one day a week that they can do this instead, and they love that. They don't always choose it. I think they kind of forget, but I try to remind them every so often. Got a wiki stick. So that's my daughter's, and then this one is, the timer keeps going off, I apologize. We are cooking a lot over here. My son's math, and then I often find coloring and cute stuff in his. So I'll just take that out and have him stick it in his other bin. Back here is another thing that we go through a lot. We have a ton of like puzzles and secret games and all crosswords and puzzle games, paper games. We keep those here. I don't need to go through them because we're in them all the time. As well as up here, I'm really not gonna go through this because we go through the Play-Doh quite frequently, as well as we're always in the paint and in this stuff, so it's not something I necessarily need to do right now. Moving on up, okay? We're on to the one that I was kind of dreading. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna get really far up and hopefully you can still see me. I don't really know what to do with this little space because it has to house curriculum. We're gonna use this next year, so I'm gonna throw it. My little kids' desk is over there, so that went there. / on the floor, I'll pick it up later. I will just like literally just glance at this stuff. Like, we don't use tapestry grease anymore. I don't really need this, so I will put it in like a donate pile. So that they're easier to see, because I do have just normal composition notebooks. I have the journal ones, and then I also have the large print ones, and so I want to be able to see all the different kinds. We have education.com. I honestly don't need these, so I'm going to put these down here too. kind of a curriculum junkie. I love it all and I want to keep it all, but Matthew C worked great with my bigs, but right now my little is using master books, and so we don't need it. We're fine. Here, primary phonics that my daughter will move into, and then also her writing she'll move into when she's done with her current writing book now. So I want to see if I can't add these here somehow. Okay, so that was not that bad. Got rid of Matthew C stuff. I'm kind of happy with that. Moving on to, oh Lord, this is where I'm gonna need help. I'm starting to get tired, y'all. But nonetheless, we have them all down and a ton of stuff. So my weakness the last couple of years has been science kits. Usually I used to just go through like whatever science we were doing and pick out the supplies we needed. But the last couple of years, I have literally just bought whatever kit goes with it. With that comes a lot of supplies that we've never used. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna start putting on top things that I know for sure, like when I just have extra stuff, I just kind of throw it. I'm gonna start putting it on top of the desk, things that I know we're gonna keep, things that I know I need for next year. This doesn't fit in one of my nice bins. Here's a project we did to build a pyramid, and we did the Great Wall, have extras. I don't need that anymore, so we can donate that to a friend. However, I have a ton of different things for science. Here, there's another couple bins. This is full of science random stuff from the kits that we've been buying from Apologia that I just haven't used. So what I need to do is start with an easy one. So I'm gonna start with paint. Necessarily keep them clean. However, I just need a like things in places. That's my kind of organized. It can be a bin of adhesives, as long as it's be a random million of different little things, but as long as it's adhesives, that's where they all go. and I decided to push it all in one. I kept a lot more than I thought I was going to. We are doing My Father's World. Man, I'm getting tired. Come fall, and so, or summer, whenever we decide to start a school year. And it goes through anatomy and it goes through space, apologia. And so we just got done with anatomy, and I didn't do very many lessons at all and experiments at home. And so I kept a lot more because that was the kit, that was majority of that stuff. And so maybe I'll get to it. I kept note of what experiments were what, so I now have that mental note that I can pull from. I'm going to clean up all the garbage, put all these away, and yeah, take a nap. Y'all, that is a wrap for part 2 of Clean With Me after this homeschool year of 2019-2020. Thanks for coming along with us, and I really hope that it just gave you some encouragement to maybe go through your own stuff at home. I know that this is something that I don't always love to do, but I do love to shop, and so that getting this out of the way always helps. And my reward is now I get to go school supply shopping. And now I also have a mental note of like things we don't need to buy, like big things of science curriculum kits, because I do not do all the experiments, and so I do not need all the things. We'll see this year if how many science experiments I actually do at home. It's been super nice to have that option at co-op, and the kids get to do those experiments with other kids their own age, and I just love that enrichment that they get from that, so I never feel guilty for not doing them. I hope you guys have a great day. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more homeschool content, definitely hit that little red button below and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, friends.